Esterbrook has done it. Yes, they did. Just when you thought it was just going to be the SD or the JR, they go and they spring a new pen model on us. Something awesome, because I've been saying for years now, Esterbrook needs a pocket pen, and they finally did it. They finally added a pocket pen called the Niblet. Yeah. First thing that popped in my mind when I heard Niblet was a can of corn, like the cans of corn in the canned vegetable aisle at the grocery store. Niblets, right? I mean, am I the only one thinking that, or is anyone else also thinking that? Anyway, besides the point. That's just where my mind went to. But the Niblet, it is a very creative name if you think about it, because it's Niblet, nib, but on a smaller scale. But this pen, fear not, does not have a tiny nib. But before we get to the nib, I want to show you guys the body, the barrel, the cap, the finial. Finial has the cute little Esterbrook logo type on it, or logo, it's not a logo type. But I've got mine in Botanical Garden, which one of my favorite resins that Esterbrook uses. And it has a nice golden roll stop right here on the cap, and then the cursive Esterbrook Company on the side. Just beautiful. So let's go ahead and talk about the nib now. So it does thread, the cap threads on. And what's great about the Niblet is it comes with a full-size number 6 nib. I love that, because there's one thing about pocket pens I don't really enjoy, is that they always have these small number 5 nibs. And I like to have a full nib experience. The only other pocket pen I can think of that does a full-size nib is the Schoen pens, the Schoen Pocket 6, which uses a full-size nib. But that's what I love about this. Let's post this. So what I love when it posts, it threads onto the barrel, and something spectacular happens where the roll stop lines up with the nib. And it does it every time, because I put it to the test. I unthreaded it and then threaded it back on, and I did it again, and each time the roll stop lined up with the nib. That is a pet peeve of mine, guys, because there was pens put out by Monteverde. They're little pocket pens, and it had like a little clip on it, and every time, because you have to put the cap or thread the cap on to the end of the barrel to get it to post, and every time I posted that nib, every time I posted that cap, it's like the clip would be on the side, it'd be on the back. It never lined up with the nib, and it just drove me crazy. And that's one of the things I hated about that pen. But this pen lines up. So, check. Love that. It's very comfortable too. In my hand, it's extremely comfortable. I think in any size hand this will work, because it extends past. I mean, I guess if you have like a super large, gigantic hand, you might have issues. But if you like Kaweco pens, and Kaweco pens are comfortable for you, this could work for you. So also, this pen is just a cartridge pen. Now there is a converter that will work in here, and that will be the Kaweco converter with the fold over handle on it. That will work in here. But for now, and for the unboxing, which is going to be on Instagram, I used the cartridge that came with the pen. So let me put this to the side, and I want to show you the packaging, because, excuse me, nose is itchy. The packaging I was really pleased with. That's Sam barking in the background with the big bark. He's our Great Dane. It's always fun around here. So here's the package that the Niblet came in. I love this vintage appeal to it. It has a very late 19th century kind of Victorian era look about it. And so it says Niblet, the perfect pocket pen. And then on the back here, reading it, pocket size, but full of possibilities. I love that. Full of possibilities. Esterbrook's Niblet is your perfect on-the-go pen, compact, clipless, and always dependable. It's here to keep up with your every adventure. Grab your Niblet and make your mark. Ooh, anywhere. Write your story with Esterbrook. Who is writing this stuff? Because there was like some other, it was the last pen I reviewed had some pretty cool copy on it. So yes, so it's the Niblet, Esterbrook's first pocket pen that comes in a simple box. The drawer slides out and the pen came in this little felt case. I love that it came with its own little case. So I mean, you could get started right away. You could get several Niblets and put them in here. It's got the American flag here on the side, which is very cool. I even love the patch on the flap. But open this up. It's a little stiff, but I think over time it will soften. But yeah, I think 3 Niblets can go in here. You can put Niblets in here. Yeah, here we go. You can fit a Kaweco in here. And don't worry, I'm going to do a pen comparison here in a second. So there's a Kaweco in there with it. And I also brought the Schoen pen. So yeah, 3 pens in that. I like that. That's so cool. It's so compact and it'll go right in your pocket. I just really enjoy the details that Esterbrook considers when they're packaging their products lately because they're so much fun. And I love the extras you get with the pen. It feels like you're getting more than just a pen. You're getting this whole experience. And honestly, I mean, that's part of the fun. And it's kind of part of why we write is for the writing experience. At least it is for me. And I imagine it's like that for the rest of y'all. So let's look at the Niblet size comparison. First with a regular size Estie. So here's my Estie in Botanical Garden. I told you it was one of my favorite resins that they use. So here's the size difference between the two. I'll go ahead and post them. Oops, so you can see it. I'm never going to get used to this microphone. I'm going to keep bumping it and brushing up against it as long as I use it, I suppose. All right, here they are posted. So there's that comparison. Let's see if I can. All right, and next here is, I'm going to put the cap back onto the Niblet. And here it is next to a Kaweco Sport. The sizes are very similar. There might be just a slight difference between the sizes. The Niblet seems a little bit longer. And let's post this again. There's the Kaweco. All right. Next to each other. Again, the size is very, very similar. Only thing is that Kaweco uses that small number 5 nib. And I love the writing experience that the bigger number 6 nib gives. I wish Kaweco could work something out where they could do a full size. All right, and finally, next to, put this cap back on. This is next to the Schoen Pocket 6. Schoen Pocket 6 uses a full size number 6 nib. The Schoen is tiny. You know, it's a tiny little pen. Great little pen. Okay, so let's go ahead and like the Niblet, cap threads onto the back. Let's do this one more time. My fingers are getting work out. And here's the Niblet next to the Schoen. Wow, I didn't realize the size are like almost identical, and then both have the full size nibs. So there is your size comparison. I think the Niblet is very comfortable. The one thing that the Niblet doesn't have that the regular size Estes has, it doesn't have that cushion in the cap that helps keep the knit Keep the knit. I don't even knit. The nib keeps the nib nice and wet and ready to write. So I can definitely see more than one Niblet in my collection. As you guys know, maybe you don't know. Maybe you don't know. Father, can you hear me? No, this isn't my Barbara moment. Okay. I am a pocket pen fan. I love pocket pens. That's one of the things I like to collect are just different pocket pens. I mean, here's next to the Sailor. Oh, that's one pen I didn't do. Next to the Sailor Pro Gear Slim. Very similar in size. All these will fit in that little case too. I love that. But yeah, the Niblet. Definitely going to need it in Raven. I have to have it in black. Yeah, and they have it on all of the Esterbrook standard colors. The Niblet comes in right now. So you have the tortoise, raven, I think Nouveau blue. I can't remember. You'll have to go look at the Esterbrook account to see exactly what colors it comes in. Yeah, but I can't remember all of them. Sorry. You guys are just going to have to, you're going to have to go look it up on your own. That's just how it's going to have to be. So yeah, I am looking forward to the DC Pen Show next weekend where I get to see all the colors in person. Of course, I am going to take lots of photos of it. Esterbrook always has something going on at the DC show. It's when they do their big reveals. So stay tuned because I know that Esterbrook always got something up their sleeve that involves the community. And it's always a ton of fun. So I'm looking forward to that. Another thing I was thinking, it's going to be awesome. And I know they're going to do this in the future. I don't know this because I've confirmed it. I know because of instinct. They'll do these pens in specialty resins for sure. Could you imagine this in a diamond cast? I wonder, yeah. Maybe if I plant that seed into Brian's head, they'll do that. Start, like in the future, a year from now, they'll start doing like specialty resins with this. How cool would that be? Yeah. That's really all I have to say about the Niblet. I'm very excited about it, obviously. And you can find it in most pen retailers that you love. You could go to esterbrookpens.com. Use I can't talk. Use coupon code Vanessa10, get 10% off your Niblet or your entire purchase. Vanessa10 will get you 10% off everything on the Esterbrook website. So be sure to take advantage of that. Be sure to just go check them out. I mean, I'm obviously a huge Esterbrook fan. I think I have nearly every pen in the collection. There might be one or two I'm missing. That I missed out on, especially like the sunflower one. I kind of regret not having that one. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? But yeah, but that's all I have to say about that, and that's how the ink flows. Turning it off now. Toodaloo.